What is up, everybody? Thursday night, 7:30. It's Josh the Mosh in the pit, like we always do. And we got a lot of shit to do, so let's go. Bring in numero dos. What's happening, man?
Man, I am so happy to be here tonight. I'm super excited about our guests. It's not very often that we get to have deathmatch guests, and we got one today.
So let's get it rocking.
Man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We got a ton of stuff to talk about. So I'm actually just going to jump in real quick and just cover something super quick, and then we're going to move on to PPW and talk about PPW for a while. Real quick shout out to Wrestle Rave. So Barato Crew had a chance to go down to Wrestle Rave this weekend. Casanova Valentine had run an open challenge at Wrestle Rave, said anybody can come fight me for this. And Lucidor Insane said, I'm about it. They put on a great match. For those of y'all that don't know, it was Wrestle Rave's first show, and they're trying to be like a hybrid type company that has a little bit of everything on their shows, which I actually really liked. Casanova and Insane went in the middle of it. We built a nice carpet strip pyramid. That's what you see right there. Insane got power bombed into it. Real great match, great chemistry. Insane actually did a coast to coast on Casanova, trash can and all. It was a great setup. That's actually Casanova throwing Insane to the outside of the ring below where there's a barbed wire table waiting for him. But honestly, shout out to Wrestle Rave for putting on a great show this last weekend. There was also Aaron Mercer versus Sam Beal, ASF versus Principe Celestial, Fuego del Sol versus Chris Carter. There was a ton of stuff. It was a real great setup. If you haven't had a chance to check out Wrestle Rave, you really should. And honestly, follow Lucidor Insane at Insane ATX on Twitter, Lucidor Insane on Facebook, Casanova, follow him on all the social medias. Because honestly, these are two guys that are trying to help elevate the deathmatch scene here in Texas, along with Ruben and several other guys. Aaron Mercer. Aaron Mercer's actually just was announced today coming up for the next Wrestle Rave show. It's going to be, I don't know if I can say this out loud, but I felt like he tagged it on Facebook. So Aaron Mercer is actually going to take on Orin Vite at the next Wrestle Rave September 11th. So I'll be going down to represent Barato Crew. I think maybe Juan might go as well. But if you got a chance to check out Wrestle Rave, you really should. It was a good show. And if you do, I'll see you in a couple weeks there. That's my couple minute segment.
Awesome. And so we mentioned Insane, of course, a little bit. As put on Twitter and Facebook today, we've announced that the Coronation card, instead of doing once a week or once here and there and whatever,
we're going to do it all at once.
Kind of based it also because of COVID. I kind of was waiting to make sure that we're going to at least get close enough to where we could hope. I'd met with city officials this week.
Yeah.
So far, thumbs up. So we're like, fucking let's rock and do the best we can while we know we can.
Yep.
So Lucidor Insane has been a part of PPW, so we're going to just start running through it right now. So as I've noted, it's going to be a tag team tournament. So one of the teams, if I can click a button, trying to multitask here.
Woo!
First official tag team tournament entrant is Lucha Legion. We had El Rayo. El Rayo is watching right now. Who is
Lucha Legion first announced tag team in PPW's tournament to crown a tag team championship. And
yep, first ever.
I don't know who else is coming. I mean, we've got a good idea because we had Khan on the show last week. So we've got a good idea that he might be in there. But Lucha Legion automatically out of the gates got to be a strong favorite.
And then here's some guys that have been part of the shows and haven't won a single match in PPW, but they've been a part of every PPW show in their own way. Royal Taxation, which is the Prince of Hybrid, Richie Garcia, and the Flamingo King himself, Brandon Weiss.
Keep in mind, Royal Taxation, like Josh mentioned, has been a little bit frustrating experience for PPW. Got Remedy crashed their party last time. They couldn't get the job done. Hybrid couldn't get the job done against Colter Crowley. So
they kind of shit all over my Mas Chingon championship alongside.
It's terrible. Royal Taxation needs to get a win so they can just chill out, and I think this could be their opportunity.
And you mentioned these guys as well. We'll just flow right along with them. It'll be the Team Hybrid, but instead of you've seen him on the sideline, but Jesse the Basher himself is going to be stepping in the ring with Drew. Who
that one's crazy.
Will be another team entrant. We kind of buried the lead on this one, so I'm going to jump to the Soldiers of Savagery are also going to be a part of it, which we've kind of one of the worst kept secrets in the pit and PPW.
Blew the lid off that one several times last week.
But as y'all know,
Khan was a great guest. I love Khan.
They're great. Both these guys are great. The great team, except 2/3 of the 6-man champs at Ring of Honor.
Yep.
But anyway, we also mentioned about how I had banned Nastico, and he's not banned from this. And I actually let him know, and I said, you know what?
Right.
I'm tired of your shit. So you need to send your boys, send some people down here, and like, so you see if you're even worth the shit. So here's the entrant from Nastico is Dos Camachos.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. I bet Lucha Legion takes them out real quick.
Like I said, and here's the and we've kind of mentioned this one too, but just to make it official, the Cult of Crowley will be returning to PPW to be the 6th and final entrant into the tournament. So how we're going to do it is there's going to be 3 matches. The winners of those 3 matches will have a triple threat at the end of the night for the title, all in one night.
I see Onyx in the chat. I got to be honest with you. It's not you. It's Nastico. We're just never going to vote with Nastico. We've seen what Nastico is capable of. He doesn't elevate the game. He kind of just makes it worse. I mean, a child beat him up. He couldn't beat up Aaron Mercer after talking all that trash. If I were you, Camacho, I would just not bring that guy. You see, it's already pissing off my dog.
Just the sound of his name makes animals angry.
Who's your pick for this tournament, Josh? Like, honestly, like out the gate, who's your pick in the tournament?
Well, I already moved on to the next one, but just to answer that, people have kind of put words in my mouth, which people love to do. The Cult of Crowley. I mean, I'm a big supporter of them. I love seeing them booked everywhere. I go watch them everywhere they work. So everyone kind of thinks that's my pick. So I kind of just like to sit back and let people think what, what my picks are. And then you got to come to the show to see.
Yeah, that's a good.
So here's another contribution from Nastico. He's bringing Muerte Infernal to go up against ASF. That'll be our singles match, one of our singles matches. That should be an interesting. So we're gonna have a double taste of Nastico in this show, so he can have his chance to put up or shut up. I mean, everyone always he runs his mouth so much,
and it's crazy. People, he's out here talking about Muerte Infernal. Like I get it, but I mean, Muerte didn't help you beat Mercer. You know what I mean? Like just not getting the job done across the board. I love him bringing the guys like talent all day long, but Nastico, come on. You've got to start running your own game. You've got to start wrestling your own matches. You've got to start doing this the right way.
And with him, it's not. Anything to do with him is not the right way of any way. But we'll see. Like, we're giving him his chance. He's been running his mouth. I said, bring your ass to Kingsville. Bring a carload of people, and we'll see what they got. As always, PPW show, that means there's going to be a Mosh Chingon Open Challenge. I've been very clear about that. Anytime you see PPW anywhere. So Bryce and Scott will be having an open challenge.
Love it.
Everybody knows how that goes. We'll between now and then we'll hear about what stipulation, because he does have the power to make his own stipulations, as we saw at the Texas Indie Showcase. He had a fans bring the weapons match and that Chris Carter answered, and I thought was one of the matches that stole the show. But that's just biased me. We will have and we actually do more than one women's match, so we won't get. Everyone's been kind of wanting to know who Maddie's going to face, but we also have another female match before that, which will be Killer Kate, who is no longer with Nastico. So I kind of like doing that. It's like that's my little fuck you to Nastico, is I'm bringing Killer Kate down to face Renee Michelle.
Nice.
I think that's just going to be a great match.
I hope that Nastico is secretly Renee Michelle, so we get to watch Killer Kate beat the shit out of Nastico. But if not, that's okay too. Don't forget, Kate is really out for vengeance against Nastico.
So they're going to be both in the building.
Man.
That should be enough. And so that just leaves one more match. And it's the one everyone's been wondering, because, Chandler Hopkins gave us the video, said he's not going to be there. He doesn't think Maddie's ready to face him. So he kind of, I don't know if it's nominated or brought an opponent up with me to book. So we will now officially announce that Maddie Rankowski will be going up against Heather Monroe for the PPW Women's Championship. Chandler thinks that's a worthy competitor. I believe he's right. She'll be coming in from Florida, you know. So we don't always just stick with Texas, but you know, we got to open the doors to anyone and everyone.
Wow, Heather Monroe. Heather Monroe's been on the scene recently. She's been making some. She's been making some waves.
So I'm catching up on the comments here.
Same.
I wasn't able to see. We got Ryo. Well, Onyx, you've called out us before, but never responded. Nice. So it seems like the buzz is already starting here. Nastico's stinking. I know I smelled something. Should have let me commentate. Man, you're lucky I let you come to the show at all. Like, I mean, seriously. So anyway, that's the card. There'll be, 4 tag team matches because there'll be 3 matches. And then, of course, the triple threat championship match. We got another women's match.
Strong card.
And then the women's championship match. And then, of course, ASF, he's a big part of PPW.
Is the triple threat an elimination, or is it first pin wins it?
Standard triple threat.
I like it.
There's a Baracho crew making some semblance into the chat.
What's up, Albert?
Instead of it all fucked up by Nastico. So anyway, moving on. So now let's move on to our next segment. We got, I guess, what is he going by this week? He seems like he has a new name every week. But let's just bring in the Puerto Rico bro.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How you doing?
What's up, man?
Is that like a play on Puerto Rico, like Puerto Rico?
If you know, you know. You don't, if you don't, it's all good.
I do know. I'm asking. You know what?
Man, oh damn, he was talking shit to you. Hey, we get drunk. Yeah. That's what we do. Okay, so yeah, we got a lot to go over. So I'm gonna. Yeah, right. So I'm gonna go down the list. So not much happened in New Japan, so we're gonna ignore that. Watch Stardom. They're doing a tournament right now, which is great. But now we're gonna talk about the invasion of Suzuki in fucking US. He is hitting the round around the United States, and I'm gonna talk about all of his upcoming matches that has been discussed so far. So first, we have September 17th. It is the first time ever Suzuki versus Gresham at GCW. Anyone who doesn't know Gresham, he is the pure wrestling champion in Ring of Honor. He is the equivalent of Zack Sabre Jr. in freaking in the United States. He's called the Octopus for a reason. This will be a great grapple beatdown. Cannot fucking wait.
Hell yeah.
Okay, next we got September 24th. The legend fucking Homicide versus Suzuki. Someone will die this night. And I don't know who. I'm hoping it's going to be Homicide. I love Homicide. He's my Puerto Rican brother. But come on. It's all about Suzuki, baby. That's going to be another fucking banger. But then the next day, he flies to fucking Texas. And he goes against Fred Rosser. Okay. So, Fred Rosser, he's done a lot of good stuff in New Japan Strong. But, it's okay, though. I'm sure it's going to be a good match. But out of all the matches, this is the one I'm least excited about. And that's the one I'm going to be there live.
I was going to say the one closest to home.
Bro, man. Anyways, but it's okay, though, because New Japan makes it up to us because the next night, it is the fucking reunion of fucking Suzuki-gun, the fucking king. They're back together, right? And they're going against Team Filthy. Tom Lawler, fucking, I love him. He's a great wrestler. And he's actually teaming up with this dude who's actually part of the West Coast Wrecking Crew. Which is a great name for a tag team, by the way, right? And also, we're seeing that he's also from NWA. So he's actually been doing some good stuff in New Japan Strong. Really impressed with him. So at least that match will make up for the previous night. So what can you do? Next. And then we have September. Then we have October 1st. This is going to be at WrestleMax in St. Louis. It's going to be him versus Tankman. Anyone has seen Tankman in GCW knows he is a heavy hitter. So this will be another heavy hitting fucking match. It's not going to be live, but I do know that WrestleMax does upload their matches on YouTube like a couple weeks later. So I will definitely be looking forward to this one. Next, then we have Suzuki versus Anthony Henry. He used to go by Asher Hale in NXT. Not many people know about him. I've seen some of his matches in Evolve. He's a very good wrestler. Curious, he's going up against this guy in Concord, North Carolina. I know they upload their stuff on their streaming service, but I'm not gonna pay for that, so I probably won't see this match. But that's okay because the people in North Carolina are gonna have a great fucking match. Next. Another person who's been having a fucking tour around the United States and the Indies, fucking Richards is gonna go up against Suzuki in
That
Glory.
Davey Richards.
Yep. I
Oh,
mean, what
shit.
if Richards is there? I mean, come on now. Yes, the Davey Richards going up against
Stevie
Suzuki.
Richards.
Stevie Richards. I was like, you don't want to go.
Jeez, that took us like 2 seconds. What do you mean? What other Richards are there?
Yeah, let's move on.
I apologize for fans who are part of the Blue World Order. Okay. Anyways,
thank you. We appreciate that.
no problem. But what's cool about this is gonna be streaming live on their Twitch, and then afterwards it's gonna be uploaded to High Spots. This match, this is what I'm looking forward to the most because anyone has seen Richards come back. Anyone that went to the Texas Pro event saw fucking Richards have an awesome match. So Suzuki and Richards together, fuck, yo, let's go.
That was against BK, by the way, Brian Keith.
Yes, which the
Indie
Voice of
Showcase.
Wrestling said that was the best match he's seen in the indie scene this year. So, hey, high praise. Next, now we have October 8th. This is gonna be in West Coast Wrestling. Daniel Garcia versus Minoru Suzuki. One, I'm a little hot that he's wearing a towel because that was like a Taz thing. Then it became a Suzuki thing, but it's okay though. Suzuki's gonna make him pay. But anyone that has followed Daniel Garcia over the past year known this is a young up-and-comer that came from I know he wrestled out of Canada. He just happened to show up again because of GCW and stuff like that. And this dude is a fucking grappler. It's gonna be a grappling fucking amazing match. I love it. So that's gonna be October 8th. Honestly, I don't know like how people are like reaching out to him to book him, but hey, I mean, if any Texas promoters want to check it out, I mean, he's going around the round, so give it a shot.
Yeah, he's busy on September 25th, as you already said.
Yeah, sorry. But next, so another person. Okay,
Hurry up, we got 5 minutes.
I know, I got it. Hold on. And then the last one is okay. So unfortunately, Mox is not gonna go up against Tanahashi at All Out. But he's gonna go up against fucking Satoshi Kojima. But people don't know. People are just kind of disappointed, which is fucking ridiculous because he's a former Triple Crown champion. He's a former IWGP Heavyweight champion. He was a member of NWO Japan. And anyone that's seen the fucking quick fucking chops, it comes from fucking Kojima. So don't be fucking disappointed because this is gonna be a fucking banger. Everyone that's disappointed by this will be proven wrong because it's fucking Kojima. And with that said, that is all I have. Man, fucking Suzuki, man, he's everywhere. I love it.
That's not a bad thing. More
exactly.
I'm not sure how much longer we'll have him around, so we gotta take him out.
For sure.
Suzuki.
All right, man.
I mean,
yeah.
He's not young. He's not
never
young.
know. Go Yankees.
Look at Muda.
Why do you gotta go there, man?
That was your chance to cut me out. Like, yo,
I know, but
that's our gimmick. I say go Yankees, and you cut me out.
Yeah, that went perfect with my hand.
It really did. So that we're gonna get the vomit out of my mouth that I throw up in my mouth a little bit from him saying that. We're gonna head to Mexico and bring in. We have numero dos, so what else? Let's bring in numero uno, or he's just uno today. Cheers.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Helps if I open it. No, cheers.
So let's get started with this shit. With this shit show called Lucha Libre. As y'all could see or hear or whatever, I'm pretty sure if you're into lucha, you've heard what's going on. A lot of guys have been leaving Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre, and others are making a comeback, kind of. So yeah, Carístico, formerly known as Sin Cara, formerly known as Místico, formerly known as some other shit that nobody gives a shit about, came back to his old Místico gimmick after the now former Místico Nueva Generación left Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre. As you may know, the now not anymore Místico, he doesn't have, he has this new name that is not official, Dralístico or some shit like that. Why in the fuck did you pick that name? It sounds so stupid. You're still dragging from the fucking Místico, Carístico, and all those stupid names. I hate this gimmick. But yeah, if you know the big thing about CML it's that they're like supposed to be like very serious company, very straightforward, just lucha, and they were always giving shit to AAA because they're so gimmicky. They're like, this is not a good wrestling show. So pretty much like AAA is kind of like in the wrestling part of it. It's kind of like the WWE of Mexico because they have a lot of things, not just wrestling, just straightforward wrestling. They have like all these side storylines, whatever. But now, more recently, Consejo Mundial has been doing something that they've been giving shit about to AAA for the longest, the gimmick recycle thing. So a few of the Consejo Mundial, the Lucha Libre guys have gone back to their old names. And recently, I don't know if y'all heard about Los Gemelos Diablo. That's a gimmick of some twins from back in the day in the good gold era of Lucha Libre. So now Consejo Mundial picked up the name and put other people under that gimmick, which, at least that's the good thing they did. They got actual twins. So at least they respected that part. But yeah, they've been doing the same shit, recycling the names and all that. And now they just they top the cake, the cherry on top of the cake with Mystico coming back. Many people are really excited about it. Many people are talking shit like me. but at the end of the day, that's still the game. That's lucha. You obviously gotta either love him or hate him. The guy, he's doing his job and he puts asses, on the chair. So that at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So
and getting emotion one way or the other.
I guess congratulations, Consejo Mundial, for having your golden boy back again. And now going back to the name history or name tree, whatever you want to call it. Let me show you this little graphic that I found online where it explains you the mystical bears.
Oh,
I don't want to go over it, but
just to give an idea, yeah.
I saw the graphic and I'm like, this is fucking hilarious because it's true.
You didn't send it to me, right?
I sent it to the chat.
Oh crap! Okay, I don't have it.
Yeah, so
let me see if I can grab it real quick.
This is pretty much
talk amongst yourselves.
This is pretty much the biggest thing in Lucha Libre right now. I don't really have anything else to cover at the moment.
Oh man, it's
so
not
this
gonna
will
let me
be
do
it for now.
Y'all can Google that shit, or we'll post it on the page. How about that?
Yeah,
we'll post it on the page, man. Sorry,
post it on the page.
But thank you, man. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks for running in. I know you had to hustle to get here, so appreciate you.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Is there? And then there was we have one more segment, and I dressed for the occasion. So let's just bring in our AEW expert.
Oh, I mean, what? let's talk about really quickly. Just talk about Mission Pro Wrestling, guys. You were there, Josh. We all appreciate the support. Raised $1,500 for the Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio West Side. So just big, huge thank you to San Antonio. We didn't know how it was going to be with Mission Pro's first time down here, and you guys made it amazing. But yeah, just a little tidbit. San Antonio killed it for Mission Pro and for the Salvation Army. So
for charity, so that's always good. We support charities.
Absolutely. And then we go into AEW, and what bigger news than the news, right? Like the man of the hour. What other news is there besides CM Punk is back in professional wrestling? And the only thing, I know, and then the only thing some people could say from other parts of Texas was that he dissed a certain company. I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. He said the truth. That's what he's known for. He's known for the truth. He's known for always telling it like it is. So I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm just listening to his damn speech, and he's fucking smiling. Yeah. He's smiling, and he's happy, and he's jumping into crowds.
I popped for that. I popped for
Dude.
that when he jumped into the crowd when he was coming in. I was like, that's fucking cool. I
I
hated everybody that was there. I was
so
jealous.
hard. I was like, I mean, just to see him smile, hugging, laughing, doing whatever, I feel like it's already a totally different CM Punk. But I cannot wait for All Out to
We'll
see
see,
him
yeah.
against Darby Allin. I
We'll
don't
see. It's
care
gonna
if
be an interesting
anybody.
matchup. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Everybody's got an opinion of who he should have faced first. I think Darby's great. Honestly, just to have him in a ring against
I don't give a fuck.
anyone on the
Yeah.
roster is going to be so much fun. But I think Darby is a great choice because I think that has been like the number one like dream match since AEW started. And if
It's one of the
Punk
ones
ever
they talked
came back,
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ones that people have talked about. I mean, it wasn't a dream match for me or anything, but it's definitely one of the. It's one of the ones I want to see. So why in the hell? Why wait? Let's just get.
yeah,
to it.
exactly. Let's just
Full
get
dis-
to it.
Yeah, and full disclosure,
Yeah.
like he's been my favorite wrestler since Shawn Michaels retired. So that's just always been the case. So I mean, I know I made those statements when we were talking about him as an MMA fighter. That's a whole different. To me, that's
Right.
Phil Brooks. That's Phil Brooks. That's not CM Punk. You know?
Yeah.
I'll whip Phil Brooks' ass. You know? But CM Punk, like, is one of the. I mean, I think he's one of the best there is, and he's back.
Oh,
27,
absolutely.
2000 was it 2,766 days? But who's counting? But he's back. He
I
gave
mean-
away free ice cream.
Yeah, and he gave away free ice cream. How can you hit a man with free ice cream? And then not
And he
just that,
literally
but I mean,
did. Like he had it
And
made
let's-
himself and bought it.
Yeah.
And all him. AEW had nothing to do with that.
he crashed.
kinda
He
crazy.
crashed PWTs. He gives away free ice cream. He jumps into the crowd. I mean, CM Punk is back, and not only is he back, but he's already dropping like little hints of things to come.
Now so that was yesterday when everyone was
Yeah.
doing the yes thing.
The yes chant, and he's like, "Oh no, that's somebody else's shtick. You got to wait for it."
You gotta be patient.
So
So he's coming, which I think is September 20th. But anyway.
Yeah. there's
You heard
people,
it here in the
you
pit.
know. I think that y'all guys know. I think Mr. Bebe, Adam Cole is going to be following suit as well.
That's
There's
the
been
one
a lot of
That's my next
there's
one. I
a
can't
been
wait for.
a lot of hints dropped because if you're not watching BTE, they killed him in BTE. So
They
on
had a
Being the
seance,
Elite,
right?
they killed him, and then the Punk started like dropping like links for a seance, and then they started posting pictures of like them as Ghostbusters because the ghost in their Ghostbusters costume was Adam Cole.
Yep.
In New Japan and in Ring of Honor, they've had costumes, stuff like that, and so I just feel like they've been dropping a lot of hints.
He was he was worked into the intro of BTE this week.
Yep.
If you were watching the
Yeah.
intro, Adam Cole dressed as Stitch was worked into the intro.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. A lot of them in costume, so technically they can't get in trouble because they're not exactly using his image. Although
Well,
they
they
did
can't get in
post a
trouble
picture
either way
from
because
Dead.
he's not contracted. Adam
he
Cole
doesn't
is
have-
under zero contract. He
That's
could
right,
go be
that's
on
right.
ESPN.
He had no
Yes,
compete either.
if
He
he
didn't have a
wanted to.
no compete either. Like he's totally clear.
No.
Right, he's done.
He has no compete.
Like he could show
So-
up tomorrow.
I am wondering if he's going to show up at All Out. If he does, I think I'm just going to like that's it. You're going to hear me screaming all over San Antonio
Yeah.
because the Elite is almost back together.
The roof
There's
will
some
come off the
people.
place.
Yeah, the roof is going to just go nuts.
Because that's
it's
my
just
dream match.
wrestling
Just
is
so
so
y'all
good
know.
right now.
CM
Yeah, and
Punk
wrestling is so
Adam Cole.
good. CM Punk, Adam Cole, Malachi Black, even Malachi Black. The picture of Malachi Black with CM Punk sitting in like the octagon training.
Yeah,
Like
that was
I
cool.
popped for that so hard.
Yeah.
I loved it. He
And it's
said
interesting
it's
because
been
they're
a
so
while.
different. Yeah.
And we think they're so different, but I feel like they're the way they
MMA
are.
wise.
Oh, MMA wise, yeah,
'cause
absolutely.
Punk's
But I
more of a
love the fact,
jiu-jitsu versus a
Yeah.
striker. Yeah.
I just love the fact that he's already making bonds because I don't know if they knew each other before AEW or what, but I always see it already seems like he's falling into a groove with AEW, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
He's happier. So I'm hoping the matches are going to be good, and I'm just excited for what's to come, and I'm excited for All Out already. And they haven't even dropped everything; they just dropped the Casino Battle Royale.
Yeah.
So
and Punk and Darby. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, and that one true. And then there was an issue last night between Jamie Hayter and Red Velvet. Everybody's clowning Red Velvet, and I get it, but you know what? Everybody's got a botch. Everybody's got a moment. It's not like she botches all the time. So
Yeah, she's
you know
pretty
what?
solid. I mean, she's there
She's
for a
a
reason.
very solid performer. So I give her a pass. I mean, you know what? Not everyone's gonna have a perfect match every single time, but you know what?
Well, we're talking about these people, though. There's one more that we didn't talk about that's on his way possibly too, and that's Bray Wyatt, or what's his name? Mike Rotunda, Rotunda Wyndham, I think is his name, right?
Yeah.
The Bucks, like, didn't they have BW written on their Nikes or something? Like
they
people
have. So there's been AC, and then there's been BW. So I don't know, if they're dropping hints to who's coming.
Yeah, because he's another one I wouldn't mind seeing there. And see if it's just, though, it's like, then what are they going to have to do with all these?
Yeah,
there's not enough time. Are they going to be like making 3-hour shows that everybody hates? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind
and honestly, I feel like they should be filling in their women's ranks as opposed to their men's. But that's my opinion. I feel like for every one woman they have 3 guys. So I feel like they should really be filling in their women's ranks so they can do more storylines and do more with them. But you know what? Right now, wrestling's good. I'm gonna see where they go with it, and I'm just happy. I'm happy with what they're doing so far, and I want to see how they continue it. I'm still excited for the Hangman storyline. I mean, it's still a year almost 2 years in the making. So I'm excited to see how it finally comes together. So Dark Order's out of the picture. He's solo. I want to see what happens with that. I'm still waiting for my payout on that one.
Yeah, and it'll be coming. It's just like I said, I'm just worried. It's just hope they don't go to too many shows or just cram these and then bury people. Because I saw someone talking about it's like, oh yeah, these guys show up for WWE and then they go away. And it's like,
well, keep in mind, you got to keep in mind too, like they're gonna eventually in the next couple year or two, or maybe even some now, they're reaching that point where a lot of these contracts that they've entered into are starting to expire. Like FTR's 1 year deal is coming up. There's a lot of guys that are working their way in and out. Someone brought up a really good point online the other day that we haven't seen the exit door yet of AEW, just the natural attrition that a company will, occur. There are people there that are not getting anything done with them on a weekly basis that might want to book out.
So we have the ability to wait and see and be happy about it. Like you said, she's happy, so we can be happy. It's allowed. I know people in the wrestling world don't think that that's allowed because we got to know now. We got to know what's happening next time. We got to know. It's like, let's just sit back and enjoy it,
Right.
Yeah. And I'm sitting back and I'm enjoying the Forbidden Door. Has it been kicked open all the way? Not yet, but I wanted to, and I'm willing to, like I said, wait and see what happens, because so far, as we've waited, they've come up with something new. They've decided to do something different, and we'll just see what happens on Come All Out, which I'm very excited for.
Same. Yep. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for jumping
in.
Bye,
guys.
I dressed for your segment. You're welcome. Be safe.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
I like surprise guests. But we also have not a surprise guest who is waiting in the in our luscious backstage area. So let's bring him in.
It's like our VI back there, a bunch of beers.
Yeah,
hot girls dancing around, pit backstage. You know what I mean?
Awesome. So let's just bring him in. Our guest of the evening, the underground icon, Scot Summers. Welcome to the pit, sir.
What's up, my boy? Hi, man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So glad to have you here, man. We've been talking about you a lot recently, actually, Scott.
Yeah.
I'm glad. My ears were burning. Hopefully it was semi-good.
No, I mean, it's actually all been good. We were covering your return to No Holds Barred a couple weeks ago. We've been talking about it on the show recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny's my guy, man. I would like to beat him up.
Yeah?
Yeah, we asked him if he was down for that, and he didn't seem too eager.
Let me tell you something about him, right? He's eager. He knows, because I'm supposed to be retired, man. Like I'm supposed to be retired, but that's not working out too well for me, So every time I wrestle, I get hurt, and that's because I'm an old man. I'm older than people think, but I'm also kind of a sadomasochist. So anybody that saw that last showing with SHLAK can kind of figure that out. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I think you're almost as old as I am. So yeah, you're up there.
That match was
Brother.
insane.
I mean, did you expect anything less? Have you seen both of us? Jesus.
No, I mean, it was
madman.
everything I expected and more, to be quite frank. I mean, by the end of that match, there was dust everywhere, glass everywhere. Y'all were throwing each other around. That whole setup was just nuts, man.
Well, it's who you're dancing with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I give all credit to his handsome ass, but I mean, also I'm going to take a little credit. I tore my quadricep on the floor when I suplexed him. And a lot of people thought it was a Michael, because I get hurt all the time. But this isn't. I told people this isn't ballet, mother. Can I cuss? Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, motherfuckers, this is ballet. This is fucking pro wrestling. And I didn't stop. Danny will tell you, like, I'm not the brightest fucking crayon in the box. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't stop. I said, "Let's go, motherfucker!" Like, I came out of retirement because of him. Like, if you chop off our heads and switch them, they would fit. We literally look like twins from the neck down.
Yeah,
facts.
It was.
I mean, like I said, and it's just you see matchups like that on paper, and you get fucking stoked. Not only you coming back, but then it's just a match that people want to see, and then it delivers, and it's just like that's what the fuck we all do this for. Like, you know what I mean?
That means a lot, man. And I'd seen people online before. Oh, he always gets hurt. Fuck yeah, I get hurt. Everybody gets hurt. With what Nikki did on AEW too, like, people have to understand, and Gage said it best, and I learned how to deathmatch wrestle through Masada, okay? And there ain't nobody tougher in this fucking business than Masada. I don't care who it is. I'll put him versus anybody. You know what I mean? Deathmatch or not, but like,
yeah.
Always, how you get those people that say deathmatch wrestling isn't wrestling? Look,
Right.
you like action. You like action movies? Cool. You know what I mean? You like suspense movies? There's suspenseful matches. There's action-packed matches, and then there's horror matches, which is kind of what I consider deathmatch wrestling, like a horror. It was like fucking Godzilla versus King Kong or Freddy versus Jason. Like, it's crazy because you can see all the different ways these guys beat the living crap out of each other. I mean, I've seen some crazy weapons, dude. I mean,
he's made some crazy weapons.
Yeah, thanks. So this, let me see. Let me get my camera. This is from a door. Them doors, right? Someone's like, "Oh, them doors are like movie doors." I said, it didn't feel like a movie door when that gorilla was slamming it through my face.
Yeah. Y'all didn't buy those at a movie prop set, I don't think, did you?
Well, the best part too was while he was doing that, I was in pain, yelling, "Keep swinging, motherfucker!" So, that's what I get for talking shit to that guy.
That's very true. Sitting in the front row. So this is the one thing that I said about your and SHLAK match. Like, death match has kind of progressed into its current state, and a lot of times you see guys in matches like taking it easy. Like, you can really see like them kind of back off the death match aspect. Man, SHLAK versus Scott at that show had old school vibes. Like, it was a fight. I could hear you talking shit to him. I could hear him talking shit to him. Fun as fuck, man. Like, honestly, that match was one of my favorites of the whole night.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's what I do, man. Like, I'm it hurts. The shit fucking hurts. And in real life, when I get hurt, I get scared and I start laughing, and it's not, people have been like, "Is he selling?" Yeah, I'm selling. It fucking hurts, dude. Like, but I never said I'm not the toughest. SHLAK's probably the toughest, but I'm the motherfucking crazy in this fucking business. And I told people, co-signed by Masada for years, that I'm the craziest motherfucker in this business.
And that goes a long way. Co-sign from Masada is all you got to say with that shit, because Masada's as fucking legit as they come. Like, as we've already mentioned. Like,
yeah.
Speaking of talking about Masada and whatnot, few weeks back we had Danny on the show, and he was talking to us about how at the original TOS it was supposed to be you that took the whole tournament.
Yeah, I broke my ankle versus Joker. Joker's another bad motherfucker, bro. Jesus, I owe that dude money. That dude was beating the living crap out of me, and I loved it. And it's very, I mean, and I heard somebody say, well, that match was pretty hard hitting, bro. If you go back and, I still flinch about it.
Yeah, and it was like 20, 25 minutes, wasn't it? Wasn't it a long match? Yeah, I remember the first time I saw that match, I was like, holy shit. Yeah. That was actually my first taste of Scot Summers. That, honest to God, like I came onto the indie scene like in 2017 was when I started watching Texas Indies. So I hadn't gotten the chance to see you live at that point. That was the first time I had seen you. And that match, I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, and I mean, I was, I'm a recovered addict, bro. I've been clean over 2 years, and that was probably on like an hour's sleep. Like, I'm not proud of it, but I owed that much to Joker because he's a beast, and if I didn't get any sleep, he was gonna fucking put me in a coffin. So, and it's always about the fans and the camaraderie, though, man. Because when I snapped my ankle, I hit that brain buster, and I looked down. I'm like, I think I sprained my ankle. Fuck no, that thing was Dak Prescott to a T, man. It was all twisted up. Yeah,
it was.
So going into that tournament, you obviously know that you're supposed to go over, and then you go through that match, and that happens. Like, not to ask a bad question, but kind of talk me through the emotions when you go backstage, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, I'm not winning this now.
Like,
so I didn't know. They told me when I got there, right? Because legends are there. Zandeg's a legend, and I never met him. So I met him, and he's a good dude, and. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what fucked me up is I'm in pain and I go back there and what's the little leprechaun? Sorry, what is his name from WWE? And he was on the bro. He said, first of all, no disrespect to short little people because I'm not that tall, but I have a fear of him. So I go backstage and he's sitting on the couch and I'm all, what the fuck? Am I high? Am I high? Like, I didn't know he was there. He's sitting on the couch and I'm like, what the fuck?
Didn't he have a part in the show? Wasn't he on the show?
Yeah, and I didn't get the Iggy. I didn't get the Iggy for it, so I'm sitting there freaking out, going, "Am I still high?" Like, and I can't run anyway from the dude.
Because you have a fucking busted ankle. That's great.
Yeah, but I mean, there was a lot of emotions. There's a reason. Everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? I've never pretended to be a deathmatch guy because there's so many talented, Tremont and Gage and Crane and Murdoch, and I'm sure I'm forgetting a few, but I like the way I was taught about it was a little bit with Jerry Lynn too, is like, I like the wrestling. Like, a lot of people were told me they were surprised to see me and SHLAK wrestle in the beginning. I mean, it didn't last very long. There's a couple arm drags and suplexes, but for SHLAK, that's that was a lot. But when Nick Gage and I wrestled first, I'll tell you what, Nick Gage can fucking wrestle. Yep. Fuck deathmatch for a minute. That dude can go. And when I hear people, oh, he just this, dude, I've been in the ring with a lot of great ones, a lot of shitty ones. That's the business. It takes two of us, right? Yep. Nicky can go.
Yeah. He's had a lot of like crazy matches. People don't understand Nick Gage's history. Like, he was originally in one of the longest death matches ever. Him and Murdoch went 47 minutes in a King of the Death match.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it wasn't even the final. Like, it was a middle of the show match. Like, they had to go back out there and do another one. Like, Nick is crazy. People don't realize how talented that guy really is.
My favorite moment with Nicky was an interview, a promo. He said, fuck you and fuck your mom and fuck Hulk Hogan.
That's awesome.
I was an instant fan.
That's basically how I became a fan of his, just learning about him. I was like, holy shit, this dude says fucking real as they
his story is amazing. But back on topic. I was a little upset, man. I mean, just to have them believe in and being an outsider, you know what I mean? Just being an outsider and them giving me that, kind of rub, giving me that.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah. So yeah, that sucked. So.
So this is usually the part of the interview where I kind of take over and rewind it us all the way back to the beginning, because a lot of the people in the chat and watch the show, don't know a lot about most of the guests that we have in here. So we kind of like to go back and really start, like, what was step one of this journey that got to here? Like, what made you love wrestling? I mean, you've had stories of, like, my first memories of life was walking into the sportatorium with my mom. You know, like, we've had all kinds of stories like that. So what's the story of Scot Summers, and how did you become or want to become a wrestler? It's the cheesy interview question that I asked.
No, it's cool. So when we moved here, I'm originally from Boston. So me and my mom moved here to San Antonio, and, you know, wrestling, and I would see some world class, you know, and it world class was different, you know, and I would see the Freebirds and the Von Erichs, and I always liked the Freebirds. You know, I thought Gordy was God. You know what I mean? Like, I'd never seen somebody that big. Best big man to ever do it, Terry Gordy. You know,
so good.
And you know, and I like the freak shows, and I like the Missing Link, and I just remember, you know, I don't know, it might have been Dusty and Flair. I know I turned it on, and I saw this rich blonde guy bragging, you know, doing his thing, and then I saw Dusty, and, you know, he just, like, you know, the bull of the woods, if you will, daddy. And I was all, what the? And then I saw the Road Warriors, and it was a fucking rap, dude. I was like, what am I watching? It was like a real life comic book, you know?
Hell yeah.
So I was hooked, man. I used to run home and try to catch world class, and I remember seeing a lot, you know, like, I was a wrestling fan when you weren't cool if you're a wrestling fan. You know, you got people give you a lot of shit. Oh, it's fake.
Yeah.
You know, and I saw Kerry Von Erich. He was at the YMCA that my mom put me at to stay out of trouble, and people knew, but I knew exactly who the fuck that was, and he was the biggest human being I'd ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? He was with the Simpson brothers. You remember Sean and Steve Simpson?
Yeah. Yep.
From South Africa? No.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, you're talking the time that I started watching, because I started watching 1981. Like, that's when I started watching wrestling. So you're hitting it right down the sweet spot for me. That's awesome.
So I was like, I want to do this, and Shawn Michaels opened a school down here, and I couldn't afford it, man. And I ended up training a little bit with Jose Lothario, who's originally, you know, who trained Shawn, and I trained with Ken Johnson. He was you know, him and Dusty Wolf. A lot of people know Dusty. I trained a lot with those guys.
Didn't we have Ken Johnson on the show, Josh?
We did. We sure did.
We had Ken Johnson on the show a while back.
Thanks to Dusty Wolf getting him on for me, because I was talking to him.
Yeah,
and Randy and they're great guys. Dusty bought a new house.
ECW was real big, and so everyone was wanting to do a hardcore. Dusty beat the brakes off me for fucking, you know, Solomon Grundy. You know who that is?
Yep. Yeah.
He splashed me through a table, and the table didn't break. And I was small, bro. I was on my HBK stick, and it just wasn't me. But, you know, I seen Shawn Michaels, who, you're in Texas and you watch wrestling, and Shawn Michaels was it. You know what I mean?
Number one, right? Yep.
And, yeah, man. And I wanted to do it. I left. I was playing ball in college, and I was like, you know what, I want to do it. And I just walked out of college, and I started training also with Mike Blackheart. He was part of the Blackhearts. They were with TWA, Shawn Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Busser and Mike Blackheart, and they trained me a little bit. So, you know, but you know, you never stop learning. You know, you still learn. I learned a lot. I learned so much just in car rides, you know, and then I got a chance to wrestle Jerry Lynn. I was always a Jerry Lynn guy because, like, Rob Van Dam's amazing, bro, but I would laugh because I couldn't understand how somebody could be that high and wrestle. Like, I knew what was up because I was a weak dude, and I was like, he's higher than Giraffe Pussy, bro. How is he that high wrestling?
Yeah.
But I like
so
Jerry.
Good. Yeah, and Jerry Lynn too was so good. Yeah.
But, you know, I learned so much just on car rides with Jerry Lynn more than I ever did at a wrestling school, you know.
So how did that tag team come about? Because I know y'all tagged for a while in AWR, right?
ACW, Anarchy Championship Wrestling. I wrestled him. No, you're good.
A lot.
Yeah, you. I wrestled him.
I said that because you said that earlier, but anyway.
We're all three sharing brain cells right now. So
nice.
I wrestled him and nobody expected him to go over, and he did. And the crowd, it was crazy too, man. And I mimicked as much as I could out of him and Rob's match. You know what I mean? Up and over, he drop kicks me in the face, but he loved it. And he calls me to the back, and I think he's about to chew my ass, right? Jerry Lynn is the nicest dude in the fucking business. If everybody was like Jerry Lynn, we would make money. And he goes, yo, we're gonna do this again, and I'm gonna give you the favor back. And I was just like, it's crazy, man. Like, you know, you never expect the dude, you know, like I was a mark for the dude. I used to watch that fucking tape. My mom embarrassed the shit out of me, bless her soul. She remember when she met him, she goes, "You're the guy that we watch on TV all the time." And he had that stupid VHS that got stuck in the VHS. My mom, shut the fuck up, like, you know what I mean?
That's so great. Because I was thinking the timeline was a little different.
Anything else on my TV?
Yeah.
My mom hated wrestling, bro. My grandpa was hilarious because he was like, y'all beat the crap out of each other, and then they go to a hotel and hang out and drink and do stuff. And I was like, no, they don't. Years later in a hotel mall, that motherfucker was right.
Yeah.
He nailed it.
So speaking of ACW, you've got a long, rich history in ACW. You've had some crazy feuds. Like you had some, like 2015 was a crazy year for you in ACW. Like you had some wild matches with Masada. Everybody, talk a little bit about your time in ACW.
I mean, they put me on the map, man. I was supposed to. Mike Dell is a guy down here that's real popular. You know, he still is. I don't know how he never got signed. I always thought he was super talented. Still is.
Yeah, still is.
And he got hurt, and you know, they was like, okay, well, you're gonna go over him. It was and by then I had changed. I was wearing like fight shorts, and you know, and I'd watch a lot of what like Daniel O'Brien did, or Brian Danielson and all, and I liked that. I wouldn't call it strong style, but I just liked how believable it looked. You know what I mean?
It's like a fight. Like it's like what you see, like people punch and kick each other. Yeah.
Right,
man. I mean, and it brought me to what happened the other night. That looked like a fucking bar fight.
Exactly.
So,
you don't see cross bodies and pile drivers in bar fights. You see punches and kicks and slams. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
And I was blessed. They just believed in me, and they let me be me. And they were like, you know, and I never been a talker, but I would always talk from my heart, man. And Justin Bissonette, he told me, he goes, you remind me of this guy named Eddie Kingston. So I'm like, who? So I watched Eddie Kingston cut this promo on John Zandig, and I was blown the fuck away. I was like, oh my God. Like, it's like when you hear a song and it hits you, and your feelings are that song, you know, and it's got the right lyrics and it's how you feel. Eddie has always been this great talker. He can talk them in the building, you know what I mean? And the best compliment I received is when I was about to wrestle, what's his name? Joker. He was talking to his wife, and she goes, hey, who does this remind you of? She goes, Eddie fucking Kingston. I was like, is that a good thing? Yeah, Eddie's good people, man. I'm really happy for him. And how the fuck he didn't have a job before? Like a real, you know what I mean? Like he's so great. He's my top two in the business on the mic, bro. That dude can talk him in the building. Him and Punk.
I was gonna say who's your top? You said two, so I was gonna ask you who this first one was or second one, depending on how you rank them.
As far as talking them in the building,
yeah.
I mean, what do you do after the other night? You know, I mean, look what CM Punk did. Like, let's say CM Punk didn't do that. I mean, I don't know. Like, you know, he's underrated, but you know who's a great heel is Miz. People fucking forget how amazing that dude is as a heel. You know,
so good.
My favorite all time for me, and being a Texas guy, was probably Steve Austin. To watch Steve Austin be, you know, the bad son bitch, you know, and then when he was kind of making fun of himself, you're the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Now you're the funniest motherfucker, and he rocked both ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he could kill it. I mean, he killed it as the freaking stunning Steve. I thought he was great as when he was like carrying the TV title in WCW and all that stuff back in there, tagging with Brian Pillman.
I'm a huge loose cannon Pillman mark. Like you got to work the boys, you know, and that was something Danny said too. Danny thought I was working him. Danny didn't think I was really hurt. Like Danny's like, you're a storyteller. I was like, no, I'm an idiot. I always get hurt. I just have to turn it into a story because Don't give me that much credit, bro.
So what pushed you from wrestling into death matches? Like, what was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Well, Masada, I got to go to Freedoms with him in Japan and work the great Jun Gasai and what's the other guy? The blonde hair.
Takeda.
Oh my God, he beat a fucking. Yeah, he's a beast. Got to work those guys, and I don't know, like, so whenever caught my attention is when I was looking at the wrestling magazines, I would always see somebody on the cover covered in blood, and I'm a horror movie guy, and I would always that would make me pick it up, of course the guys and the muscles, but man, I would see the blood and I'd pick it up and I'd see Abdullah and Cologne and Brody and all those guys, and it was different, and then, I mean, you would see a little bit with Dusty and Flair, but like those guys just did it different, and then everybody, I thought, like Terry Funk, like I think he added, I mean, he's timeless, like he's a wrestling fucking machine, and then he became like this death match, he started all of it, him and Cactus, I don't know, I'm a horror movie fan, and I was just trying to find my niche, I never pretended to be good at any of it. I just was like, well, if you can, it's like a video game where your rankings across the board, you know what I mean? I'm not a super great, right? Yeah, but like, all across the board, if I'm 6s or 7s, you know what I mean? Like, and dead matches were, I don't know, man. I'm kind of a sadomasochist, so it was kind of like, the look on people's faces too. To be able to suspend reality and freak people the fuck out it's why I do it.
All right, dude. You have referenced horror movie buffness several times. I gotta ask, what's your franchise? Like, what's your horror movie, man? Who's your killer?
Well, everybody always goes with Freddy, but I have to say old school Michael Myers.
Fuck yeah!
Because here's why. There's a scene in the first one when he puts the dude against the wall and he goes, and he turns his head. That right there is telling a story with your body. He literally, it looked like a cat when a cat pins a fucking mouse on the ground and he kind of fucks with it. Yeah. Michael Myers just had this ability to, you know what I mean? Like Jason was menacing and Freddy became funny, but Michael he was the fucking boogeyman, and when he sat up, everybody remembers that scene when Jamie Lee Curtis is, she went through all the shit, and you see fucking him sit up in the background. Fuck, dude, yeah. I was sold, man.
I was done.
Yeah.
I was the opposite. That made me stop watching.
I love that Michael never had a reason. Like, he was never like this pissed off about that or this was his camp. Nah, he just woke up one day and was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna kill everybody I can find.
Yeah. And they make good. I like all the versions of it. I didn't like Halloween 2 with Zombie, but I like Rob Zombie's version, the first one. I thought it was well done. It tells the backstory of that kid and why that kid was so fucked up. You know what I mean? Like why? And he would probably be my guy.
I love it.
Yeah, like I said, he.
And then like even American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, it's the opposite for me. I think watching him in the first one made me stop watching all of them. I was like, oh, fuck that. Scared the shit out of me. I don't watch it. I was a kid. I watched it at a friend's house and I had to ride my bike home in the night, like to go home. That's the fastest I ever rode that bike. I was like, that motherfucker's going to come out of a tree or something and slice me up.
And to be fair, I have another one. My close second is Leatherface, Texas. There's nothing creepier here in Texas than stopping and seeing some of the backwoods people. No disrespect, Texas, because I got my fake teeth in, but you see those backwoods people and they have barbecue joints, and you're just kind of going, this is fucking way creepy like the movie. And I always thought a great wrestling character would have been the guy, the hitchhiker they picked up. Remember when he was like, my uncle works over there at the meatpacking plant, and he was fucking with that. I thought that would have been a great, like a Jimmy Jacobs or somebody like that. Jimmy's super talented, but could pull that off. Like that guy was, or even what's his name, Sammy Callahan. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. That character was crazy for me in that movie. And who doesn't love Leatherface? But a family of cannibals in Texas, and I'm a Texas implant, but you sit there and it's like, dude, that's probably my close second.
I'm literally more afraid of waking up in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house than I would be waking up in a bathtub full of ice with my kidneys cut out. Like I'm like,
of course,
as worse as it could be.
Of course, you stop at one of them gas stations that sells that fucking barbecue. You swear you see a thumb in there. Like,
it's crazy.
You know what I mean?
I used to rent a room down the street from that gas station that they filmed like the new movie in. You drive down there at 12 o'clock at night, and it's weird.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've met some people. There's some people in Temple. This guy came up to me, and it was for NSF wrestling, and I love working the boys and working the crowd, and we attacked this dude at intermission, and the reason is because nobody ever. We're gonna make it look fucking real. When he's out there signing autographs, I jumped over the tables, and beating the crap out of him. And this guy walked up to me, and goes, "Hey man," him and his twin brother, and he walked. I swear to God, it was what's the dude's name from Wisconsin that killed all the people that they based the Chainsaw Massacre? Not Gacy, but Ed Gein. This guy walked up to me. He goes, hey man, hey, if you need some help, we can fucking get rid of them. I'm all, what the fuck? Again? So mission accomplished.
Was that in Temple? You said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I went to school in Belton. So
there you go.
Just down there. Yeah, I'm saying that's
people
where crazy fucking people over there. That's the one that drove into the Lubies and started shooting people. Yeah, no, that's crazy shit.
There's some people there, but it's still real to them, and it never stopped being real to this day.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. You gotta love it.
And I lived there during whenever the David Caress thing was going up over there in Waco too. So yeah, it was crazy times.
You didn't hear where I'm from? From the Branch Davidian compound in Waco, Texas.
Yes.
How could I forget?
That's true.
To be fair, I borrowed that from Masada. Masada used to say that, and I don't know if people got offended. I don't give a shit. Like for a long time, I had that. Like, and I went back to that, and then like I started embracing. I started studying up on Branch Davidian, and then like I was, because as much as people say they don't. Bullshit. Everybody pays attention to your Facebook and Instagram. You just start posting weird shit. I love it. I mean, but if you pay attention, who does that now? Who's the one guy that does that now? Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's true. Like honestly, people get worked up over shit, and fans forget. Like that's actually how you stand out. Like it's just like you gotta like. Everybody's always thinking that they're the expert on like what you said. So it's like, oh, they said this, they must be that person. It's like, nah, dude, it's working. Like everybody's getting worked up about it. Like that's wrestling. Let's get excited about it Monday through Saturday, and then Sunday we'll watch them fight.
Well, that was the thing with SHLAK. He cut his promo, and I mean his looked all professional, and mine looked like a porn. but
quality.
Yeah, right on. But what needed to be said? I mean, you just put us on the fucking flyer and look at us, But even with that, is like it was so much fun. It's kind of what drew me to that. But
yeah,
for sure, hello.
No, we're still here.
We're still here.
Wow,
this is how we kind of fade out at the end.
I got you.
I'll let you finish what you're saying though.
Oh, like little things with him, like I was posting stuff with his eyes scratched out, and I put coins over his eyes, and just pictures, and hoping the fans would, they would catch on, little subliminal shit that trying to creep him out, but I don't know if that's possible. He's fucking weird.
Yeah.
But
It's a little different. Yeah, we need to get him in here actually one of these days. He's been in the comments before, but he hasn't been a guest yet. We're working on him.
For sure.
Yeah. So what we do at this time of the show is we have a go home segment where after we get towards the end with the talent, we never give anyone a heads up, so they don't really see it coming. But me and Numero Dos do kind of a rapid fire 20 question segment. Usually have nothing to do with wrestling, so the end of this kind of was heading that way. So we kind of started it without even starting it.
Okay.
But we go back and forth 10 each. and it's rapid fire, but 5 second. But it's like an AEW 5 second. I say the same joke every week too. So it could be like 20 seconds because they don't count the fucking 5 at AEW. So ask the question, Scot Summers, are you ready to go home?
Sure.
All right. What is your favorite candy?
Sour Patch Kids.
Hell yeah.
What's a funner way for countries to settle their differences besides war?
Death matches.
Nice. Hell yeah.
When you put your shoes on in the morning, which shoe goes on first?
Whichever one I can get on my foot, because I'm fucking half crippled.
If you were transported to 400 years ago with no clothes or anything at all, how would you prove you were from the future?
I don't know. The way I look, I would blend in and probably kill a deer and wear it as a suit.
You're like, I'm just here. I'm here to stay.
How many reps could you do if the bar only weighed 50 pounds?
100.
Nice.
Most bizarre thing you've ever eaten?
Pussy.
That's awesome. Oh man!
All right.
Like we're seafood shit. That's even funnier. That's awesome.
Is anything in your pantry right now expired?
All of it. The ramen at my house with a pandemic was real, and then I realized my blood pressure was so high I can't eat that shit.
What magical power do you wish you had?
X-ray vision.
If you had to watch one cartoon for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Tom and Jerry.
Hell
yes. Hell yeah, that's one of my favorites. If you could trade lives with anyone, who would it be?
Mitch Hedberg.
Oh.
Pick a number between 1 and 10.
Fucking Mitch Hedberg's awesome.
10.
Ooh, man, 3.
Oh man, that was the farthest one away. Is there a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow?
I mean, I'm a fucking leprechaun, motherfucker. What do you think? Look at me. Of course there is.
If you shaved your beard, could more than 3 people identify you?
Probably not, bro. I'd probably look like that dude from fucking Split.
Do aliens exist?
Fuck yeah, they do.
Yep.
Cats or dogs?
Both.
Okay, I like that.
Would you rather your only mode of transportation be on a giraffe or a donkey?
Donkey. Because I could call him jackass the entire time. And,
How far, granted you're not crippled or injured in this scenario, how far could you skateboard if your life depended on it, but you didn't know how far you had to skateboard to be safe?
About 3 feet, my ass would fucking bust my ass.
Oh, good luck, Scott.
It's 3 feet farther than I'd make it. Would you rather be compelled to give high fives to everyone you meet or give wedgies to anyone in a green shirt?
I mean, I'm Irish, so I'm partial to green, so I'll stick with the high fives. I'll give wedgies. If they're not wearing green shirts, everybody's getting one.
You flip it as you're high fiving everybody else.
Who
Both.
punches harder, the Queen of England or Betty White?
Who punches harder?
Yeah.
Betty fucking White, bro. She don't fucking stop. She's like 108.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And if you see old pictures of her, she was gorgeous.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like Betty White's had the best life.
Betty White's fucked more people than Ron Jeremy.
That needs to be a shirt.
Yeah. So the shirt I had on earlier is a picture of a white Bronco, and it says, "Drink orange juice because OJ will kill you." I'm sorry. It's drink apple juice because OJ will kill you.
Nice. So 19 of the 20 questions are always random, but the 20th question is always the same. It's the same question we've asked almost 60 times on this show. Do pineapples go on pizza?
Fuck yeah, they do.
Yeah, woo! Yes. Fuck yeah. The fucking Underground Icon has declared it. I'm winning this one big time. The score is like 48-12 right here.
69-0.
Man.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. We really appreciate it.
y'all.
Thank you for taking the time. It's been an honor.
Anytime, bro. I appreciate you guys.
Anything coming up?
Appreciate y'all, man.
You want to let the fans know you got coming up? No? Everybody's going to leave you.
I got nothing coming up unless somebody's got a lot of money. I appreciate you, buddy. Everybody that came out, everybody that supported, SHLAK, Danny, D'Amato, I do this for y'all. Fuck it, So with that being said, I'm not retired, but I'm not active, but, we'll fucking see, right?
Hell yeah.
You never know when Scot Summers is going to pop up.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Appreciate
y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nope. I just told him to be safe. He's fucking great. He's probably like, be safe, bitch.
This told me the other day, he said, man, I hope y'all got plenty of time for Scott. And I said, well, we got about 30, 40 minutes. And that was, we're going to have to do a round 2 with Scot Summers. Like, we're going to have to do a round 2.
Yeah, it was great. We could have stayed talking all night.
Honestly,
we could have. I don't know. He's got probably more important shit to do than talk about
that. That's true. Nice. He cut a time out of his work to do this interview. So Scot Summers, appreciate you for that, man. Like, great interview. We're gonna have to have him back for round 2.
Hell yeah. Oh crap! Hold on. Keep talking for a second.
We covered a ton of stuff today. We talked about Deathmatch, Insane versus Cass at WrestleRave. We talked about the entire PPW card. Punk is back in AEW. AAA is on their bullshit, losing people left and right.
CMLO.
CMLO, that's right. And Suzuki's taking over USA. So if you want to book him.
Except on the day I have a fucking show, which we talked about, Coronation, September 25th. Get your tickets. We actually have VIP tickets available. People are asking, what do you get with that? You get autograph poster and a shirt. We got front row seats available for the first time, where you can actually be guaranteed a front row seat. So get your tickets while you still can. And hit the button.
See you next week.
See ya.